Hello and welcome to Geology Concepts. This is the second part of month of September current affairs, where we will be discussing topics from environment, science and tech, security and some miscellaneous topics. So without any further ado, let's get started. So in the first update, the Union Cabinet has approved a new mission called Mission MOSUM with a budget outlay of 2000 crore, right? Now, what is this Mission MOSUM? So it is the Mission MOSUM is envisaged to be a multifaceted initiative to boost India's weather and climate-related science, research, and services. Right. So it will be a holistic mission to boost the weather prediction and climate-related initiatives of India. The key features include that there will be establishment of a wide network of radars. That means your Doppler radars, satellites, wind profilers, radiometers, high-performance computers or HPCs with the use of artificial intelligence and machine learning-based models for multifaceted weather observation and prediction in the recent times, right? And it will also be enable setting up of a cloud simulation chamber at Indian Institute of Tropical Meteorology or IITM Pune to be used for testing weather-related interventions such as your cloud seeding technology, right? So the implementing agency will be Ministry of Earth Science, and under Ministry of Earth Science there will be Indian Meteorological Department, IMD, National Center for Medium Range Weather Forecasting, and IITM Pune will primarily be the implementing agencies. Now this Mission MOSUM will be implemented in two phases. First one is land-based interventions, and the second one will be space-based interventions. In the first phase, which will last till March of 2026. The focus will be on expanding observation networks by adding around 70 new Doppler radars, high-performance computers, and setting up 10 wind profilers and radiometers on the land. And in the second phase, the focus will be shifted towards adding more satellites in the space and aircrafts for a better weather prediction and climate profiling in the recent future, right? So that is all about Mission MOSUM. Second update is on Air Quality Management Exchange Platform that is recently launched by Climate and Clean Air Coalition or CGSE, which introduced this Air Quality Management Exchange Platform to support the global efforts in improving air quality worldwide, right? This platform provides air quality managers with tools and guidance to meet the currently followed WHO air quality guidelines and interim targets that are followed by different countries. Now, this AQX platform was developed in response to the United Nations Environment Assembly's 6th round, which was held recently in February 2024 in Nairobi, Kenya, under which different countries agreed for global cooperation on restricting climate change, loss of biodiversity, and also clean air initiatives, right? And AQX will facilitate the sharing of best practices among the countries along with data, and ultimately will support better policy decisions and health outcomes worldwide, right? Now, what about this CGSE or Climate and Clean Air Coalition? It was established in 2012 within the United Nations Environment Program, and currently 160 governments or 160 countries are under a partnership under this CGSE program, right? And it focuses on reducing your short-lived climate pollutants like methane and black carbon in the atmosphere. About the WHO air quality guidelines, it monitors various pollutants like particulate matter 2.5, O3, NO2, SO2, CO, and also your particulate matter 10. So if you see, CO2 is not included in WHO guideline, right? So remember this because this question has been asked previously. So CO2 is not present in the CO2 in the WHO guideline, but particulate matter 2.5, 10, ozone, NO2, SO2, and carbon monoxide are there in the WHO air quality guide, right? Now, another significant initiative, if you see, there will be a semiconductor plant that will be in effect in India soon, because India and US have announced a collaboration to establish India's first semiconductor fabrication plant in Kolkata, which will be focusing on defense and national security primarily, right? And this initiative aims to reduce the dependency on imports and boost India's advanced technology capabilities in the defense sector. The firms that are involved in this is Bharat Semi and Third iTech, which were two Indian startups that will focus on designing military-specific chips, right? And if you see, India has been pushing semiconductor initiatives in a great extent, and India has its own India Semiconductor Mission, under which India provides 50% capital expenditure subsidy for semiconductor projects that are currently undergoing by different industries, right? And then fabrication plant for national security is also another mission. Then there is self-reliance initiatives like your Make in India initiatives, Atmanirbhar Bharat initiative, which wants to strengthen India's role in the global semiconductor supply chain. So remember this semiconductor fabrication plant will come up in Kolkata. And these two, Bharat Semi and Third iTech, are the two companies which will be involved in developing this plant with the help of US support, right? Now, another significant step in India's space program is that Union Cabinet has approved the development of first phase of Bharatiya Antariksh Station as part of an expanded Gaganyaan program, and it will mark a significant leap in India's space ambition, right? So, Bharat Antariksh Station will be similar to that ISS, International Space Station, but which is owned by India, right? And the plan involves completing 8 missions, including some uncrewed missions by December 2028, and with the first phase of the Bharat Antariksh Station is expected to be operational by 2035, and it will function in a full-fledged manner by 2040, because there will be a crewed lunar mission by 2040, and for that crewed mission, this Bharat Antariksh Station needs to be completely operationalized by 2040. So by 2035, first phase will be implemented, and by 2040, it will be completed for the crewed lunar mission that will happen, right? Now, key highlights, if you see that Gaganyaan program now includes 8 missions, and the first phase of Bharat Antariksh Station is also included in Gaganyaan program, and it will focus on microgravity based scientific research, technology development. That means new technologies will be developed for the Bharat Antariksh Station to be functional, and it will generate opportunities for the private sectors in the high-tech development of a high-tech technology sector, right? ISRO will lead the efforts, but it will also collaborate with industry as well as academia to develop critical technology and long-duration human space missions. Along with the Bharat Antariksh Station, the cabinet has also approved 2 more missions. One is your Chandrayaan 4 mission and the Venus Orbiter mission, right? So this is about the recent development in the space sector. Now, as we talked about the Venus mission, the first Venus mission, ISRO is aiming to launch the first Venus mission in March 2028. So this will be country's second interplanetary mission after the Mars Orbiter mission that was launched in 2013, right? So India's first mission to Venus, and it will be launched by, as I said, 2028 March. It will study Venus's surface, subsurface, atmosphere and ionosphere and its interaction with Sun. Now, there will be many scientific payloads which will include AL and S-band synthetic aperture radars, thermal camera, and various experiments to study the interplanetary dust and high energy particles as well. Now, India will use a technology called aerobraking system to gradually lower the satellite's orbit around Venus and utilizing the planet's atmosphere to slow down and achieve the desired altitude, right? Now, what will be the significance of this mission? That it means it will provide insights into Venus's atmosphere, and which will ultimately offer clues about Earth's evolution as well, especially regarding atmospheric and climatic changes that we currently see, right? And enhance India's position in global space exploration, and it will also mark the second major interplanetary mission after the Mars Orbiter mission, because after 2013, no new interplanetary missions have been planned, right? Now, another update is on Param Rudra supercomputer. So, the Prime Minister recently inaugurated 3 new Param Rudra supercomputer, which is worth around 130 crore Indian rupees under the National Supercomputing Mission. So, these 3 have been developed in Pune, Delhi and Kolkata to aid advanced research in areas like physics, cosmology, earth science and weather prediction as well. Now, what are the significance of these supercomputers? If you see, they increase the research capabilities, making state-of-the-art technology accessible to young scientists. It also assists in areas like disaster management, industrial growth, agriculture, because in agriculture, weather and soil analysis needs high volume of data to be processed. So that can be done with a supercomputer very easily. And it is also boosting your national capability in science and technology as well. And it also aligns with India's strategy towards self-reliance in leadership in the upcoming Industry 4.0 revolution, right? And supercomputers, if you see, the origin of supercomputers in India happened in 1987 after denial of a purchase of Cray XMP, a supercomputer by USA. So India started developing its indigenous supercomputers after 1987. There are two series of three main supercomputers that function in India. One is your Param series of supercomputers. Another is your Pratyush and Mihir for weather forecasting. And then there is a AI supercomputer, Airavat, that is ranked 75th in 75th globally as of 2023. As I said, the applications are various, starting from weather forecasting, genome sequencing, space exploration, aviation engineering, defense, oil and gas exploration, all of these which require high volume data processing. So whenever there is a high volume data processing that is needed, you need supercomputers, and Param Rudra is a significant step towards that, right? Now, let's shift our focus to security. So, recently the Financial Action Task Force, or FATF, released a mutual evaluation report of India, which titled Anti-Money Laundering and Counter-Terrorist Financing Measures, which lauded India's efforts to implement measures to tackle your illicit finance, and which includes money laundering and terror funding, right? So, India has performed significantly well amongst other countries in this particular report, as highlighted by this particular report. So it emphasizes that India has achieved a high level of technical compliance across the FATF recommendations. So whatever the FATF recommendations were there, India has mostly achieved all of them. And then it is placed in regular follow-up category, which is the highest rating category by FATF. So currently, if you see, this rating category is only given to UK, France and Italy along with India among the G20 countries. So between these G20 countries, only 4 countries are there in the regular follow-up category, and India is one of them. Now India, why this has happened? Because India has made significant progress in financial inclusions like your Jan Dhan Yojana, which increased the proportion of population with bank accounts more than doubled, and also it encouraged a greater reliance on digital payment system. That's why it eliminated the issue of money laundering and terror funding to a great extent. And India also achieved positive results in international cooperation, asset recovery, implementing targeted financial sanctions for proliferation of financing. So that's why FATF Evaluation Report 2024 lauded India's effort and puts up it in the regular follow-up category along with 3 other countries from G20 nations, right? Now another update is on Operation Chakra, 3rd edition, which was conducted by Central Bureau of Investigation, or CBI, which under this Operation Chakra's 3rd edition dismantled a virtual asset and bullion supported cybercrime network through this phase 3, right? So this Operation Chakra was executed in close coordination with FBI of US, that is Federal Bureau of Investigation, along with your Interpol, right? It was initiated by CBI in 2022 and assisted by Interpol, which is a global police force and global action to combat and dismantle organized cyber crimes related to financial crimes, basically, right? So the first phase was implemented in 2022 and the second phase was implemented in 2023. So Operation Chakra was once asked in the UPSC CGSE 2022 paper. So this can again be asked in this year's paper as well. So this is important. So this is conducted by CBI mostly for cyber crimes, mostly related to financial crimes, right? So cyber crimes that are related to finance are done by come under purview of Operation Chakra, which is conducted by CBI in collaboration with Interpol and FBI of US. Now, finally, there is a award called Raman Magsaysay Award, which was currently given to Hayao Miyazaki, who is a renowned Japanese filmmaker and co-founder of Studio Ghibli, and who won this 2024 edition of Raman Magsaysay Award for his contribution to animated films, right? So he was distinguished for his movies like Spirited Away, Princess Mononoke, and this kind of movies were there where his concerns for modern society, war, and destruction of nature was highlighted, and that's why he was given this Raman Magsaysay Award. And Raman Magsaysay Award, if you see, it was established in 1957 and is deemed as Asia's highest honor and premier prize, which recognizes individuals' exceptional dedication to serve the people of Asia as well as people of Asia regardless of their background, right? And it was awarded annually on the 31st of August because it coincides with the birth date of Raman Magsaysay, who was the third president of the Philippines. And if you see, the Raman Magsaysay Award is also called Asia's equivalent of the Nobel Prize. So it is the highest prize that is given to any any person who does exceptional work on with dedication for people of Asia. Right? So that's about the Raman Magsaysay Award. And finally, there was an update that the Port Blair, which is the capital of Andaman and Nicobar Island, has been renamed as Sri Vijayapuram, which is an effort of the Indian government to remove the colonial legacy. So if you see, this name was derived from Archibald Blair, who was a British naval officer, and it was this Port Blair region was a strategic point for British East India Company, and after British Crown took over, it was also made a place for housing political prisoners in the cellular jail in the Andaman Nicobar, right? So the new name, that is the Sri Vijayapuram, connects the history of the Port Blair to Imperial Cholo dynasty, where the historical record suggests that the Cholo Emperor Rajendra I used Andaman Islands as a base in 11th century for his naval expedition against Sri Vijaya Empire that was currently in Indonesia. So if you see, names have been many islands in the in this particular region have been renamed. If you see, the old name of Ross Island has been renamed as Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose Deep. Havelock Island has been renamed as Swaraj Deep. The Port Blair has been renamed as Sri Vijayapuram, and the Neil Island has been renamed as Sahid Dweep. So you can expect a question from this, the Sri Vijayapuram, and may come in the exam as well. So that's it for the second part of this month of September current affairs. I hope you have learned learned and gained some insightful knowledge. I'll see you in the next video, where we will be discussing current affairs from the October portion as well. Until then, keep revising, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.